Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them, especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to, but even when they're not.
This is Cynthia Ortiz. These are the Charles Perry, David Roberson, Stalker, Human Trafficking Podcast, and I said no. So, it's the 3rd of February, 2024. We heard you guys freaking out last night. How are we going to get her delivered? We could lose a lot of money. You've already lost a lot of money. It's different when you do the crime to me. We said you're stalking. We said you've cloned my phone. We've said you used DoorDash to get me, Hansel and Gretel is your code word. Get me to a certain location to do something. Mr. Perry's threatening today again. I'm going to make sure you get a ticket. I'm going to make sure you get pulled over. He did it last night. I got pulled over. We just said that, Mr. Perry. So we have another, I told you so. I did say they're stalking. They've cloned my phone. All of this is illegal, by the way. Trafficking humans. They got women locked up in a compound in Houston. They kidnapped them. They raped them. The kids they had kids. Now they're raping the kids. They're pimping them all out. We have a witness, Mr. Perry, that said that place smells like the sewer because those kids are getting sodomized and they're shitting all over the floor. We heard y'all talking about Natalee Holloway maybe being there. She's not dead. Maybe she's there. And you're worried that Ron Vandersloot is talking to our guys and he made a false confession to the FBI. Either that's true or it's not true. Either it's good intel or it's not good intel. And just a week ago, in one of my podcasts, I said I was picking up a DoorDash order. Remember, they use DoorDash, have their people call in, get an order. I only get those orders. Limit my income. So sometimes I don't, last year this time, for 6 months, I did not eat. I lived in my car. They got me kicked out of my home. I didn't owe any money to a hotel. First, they got me kicked out of my apartment. Mr. Perry told anybody who would listen, she's not getting a new apartment and a new car. So I told people, this is the threat of the day. Why are you in Oklahoma, Charles? Nobody invited you here. Why are you in Oklahoma for 9 years, sir? If you're not stalking. How would you know when I'm going to DoorDash, when I'm going to dance, when I'm going to waitress, when I'm going to do anything? Go to the gym today. They were talking about, I wish we could get her to go to the gym. You know why I don't go to the gym? Because you guys talk about what you're going to do to me when I go to the gym. Another crime. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to work. I can't go to the grocery store. I can't do anything without being the victim of a crime. Normal stuff, normal law-abiding citizens do. But the thing is you get caught when you do it to me. We always talked about this before. I said Mike Neely was drugged in March 2020. I said that he's a cop. He just 6 days before took a vandalism report on my car. You're always going at the car. Connecting the dots. Always these stalker type weirdos always go at the car. They're fucking weirdos. They're mentally ill. They're not all there. They're sickos. Just sick fucks. That's it. That's all they are. Rejected, fail. Because, we all get rejected. We all go next, and we find somebody else. Not these little fucks. They're mental. It's not normal to do what you're doing. We're getting the help. You're not even getting your own results. We get the help you get told on. We always find out before. We're always going, I did say, I told you. Very specific, very detailed information. And you guys just sit around in your little meetings and decide, I guess they're going to work very hard and spend a lot of money getting a lot of intel from us, give it to Cyndi, and a bunch of other people too, by the way. A bunch of other people that are in the need to know. You don't know who they are. I'm not the only one getting it. Surely you could put that together. And we're like, I guess they think we're just going to do nothing with all this. In your little make-believe world where we're like, it doesn't matter. We don't owe them any explanations. We don't have to talk to them about this at all. We don't have to say a word about it. We can just, surprise, knock, 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 you're arrested. Here's the day. No one cares. We get the intel either way. We're going to do what we're going to do with it either way. We've stated our intent. Now, if you understand us or not, again, no one cares. We're getting what we're getting. We're going to do what we said we're going to do with it, and that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. We've named your people: Lucius, Calvin, Betancourt, Blankenship, Desiree, Andrew Lawrence, James Reuben, Richard Dickey, Greg, Tim, Larry, Bethany, Damien, Gabe and Jacob, Oscar and Bruce. Those are your people, right? Beverly, Sonjay, Renee. Aren't those your people? Don't they work for you? Geppetto, your witch. Okay, the intel's either good or it's not. So it might be undetermined until you do exactly what we just said. And where we got that is you were recorded talking about it. And then y'all run around, it's not humanly possible for her to have that. And everybody's like, well, we're looking at it. So it is humanly possible. You just haven't figured out how they're doing it. That's their intent. They don't want you to know how they're doing it. They don't want you to obstruct their investigation. Okay? Just like that. You've never seen this before. We've never had one figure out we had cameras in their house, or that we were causing their problems, or invoice us for watching them in their house. That's entertainment. And you're getting so I billed you $1,000 a day for watching me in my house. You're living a pretend life with my body against my will, without my consent. You're getting entertained. And $2,000 a day for doing it without my consent. $1,000 is for the entertainment. $2,000 for doing it without my permission, without my consent. And your guy goes, we've never had one invoice us, we've never had one sue us, and we've never had one solve a murder. We committed to cover all that up. We said it in March 2020. Mike Neely was drugged. He didn't do it. Mike Neely was drugged. He didn't do it. That was, it was confirmed in May when they took depositions several months later. We treated him not for being knocked out in a fight. We treated him with Narcan for being overdosed with opioids. I was also getting arsenic poison, right? Okay. I mean, it is what it is. You're doing what you do. You do what you do. You're shitting your criminal excrement all over the place, and we're picking it up. That's it. You don't like that. All you had to do is leave me alone. Do what normal people do. So we heard them last night freaking out. We can't get her delivered. She won't go. We're going to have to kidnap her. We're going to have to kill her. Yeah, and I get pulled over. And the guy's like, I can't believe they did that. What the hell were they thinking? She just said that she picked up an order at Chick-fil-A, gets in her car, and her phone went from 20% charged to zip in about 2 seconds. Just shut off. While they wanted her pulled over, where she was supposed to take this, they were going to have a cop pull her over, and she's not going to be able to pull up her insurance on her phone. That was what they were doing. The goal is take her car, get her fired, take her money, so there's just nothing left. She's homeless under a bridge, or she is going to go fucking be raped. And we get money, we get rich. We're going to deliver her to Houston realtor guy Larry. See, I'm not supposed to know that you sold me, who you sold me to, where the guy lives, his name, and what he does for a living. Larry, who lives in Houston, who is a realtor, thinks you can buy people. And you deliver and you get money. And then I'm raped and you get more money. Then I'm dead and then I shut up. You're going to make me sign your affidavit that you typed up that is a recant of all my claims. And I said, yeah, fuck you. Shove that up your ass. Thing is, I wasn't supposed to know there was an affidavit. You don't know what it means that we have this beforehand, clearly. We don't care. We're done explaining. We're done. You tell yourself whatever you want. You live in your little, cuckoo bird land all you want. You cannot understand a word we say, fine. We're getting the intel either way. They're going to put you in jail with it either way. We don't care if you understand. We don't care if you have a grasp on reality. No one does. We don't. It's fine. We've explained it and screamed and yelled and ranted. Fine. That's fine. You choose. You can live with your choices. Okay, so last night, leaving work, and here comes a cop. And oh, brother, here we go. She just said they tried this about a week ago. So I look at that cop, and I'm like, it looks like you were just sitting there waiting for me. And he's like, oh, no, I just got here. And I'm thinking, no. Because I'm leaving about an hour after we close, 45 minutes to an hour, because I'm an employee and I stayed late to clean everything up. So Normally, what you see is the police might stay outside of a club or a bar or whatever to get the patrons who are driving drunk. So, I mean, I'm sorry, but you guys forget who you're talking to. You just, I don't even know what to say to that. And here you are. You just got here 45 minutes after all the customers left. Now you want to come? It's patrol when no one's here? Really? I don't think so. So he goes back and checks everything, comes back and comes on the side of my car that is by the highway and or the busy road, and I'm like, would you please go on the other side? And he goes, well, I'm not going to give you a ticket. I'm just going to give you a warning. And I said, listen, I'm from a family of cops, and I don't want you to get hit. I don't like that you pulled me over. I mean, I said, I don't want you to get hit. He goes, well, I'm fixing to leave. I'm just giving you a warning. For what? Because they told, a warning for what? There's not a, the pullover was just not needed. It just wasn't. It was because he was told to. And, by the way, you're not the first guy. I've got about 8 pullovers now in 12 months. So that is almost once a month. I've had 5 car accidents. I'm hit at the wheel. 5. 4 of them were hit at the wheel. One of them was they threw a brick at me on the freeway. So nobody will suspect a thing. I mean, when it's that many, you just try and try and try and try and try. Yeah. And so, we're kind of like, this is getting so easy, it's just not even fair. So we heard them freaking out last night. She's not going to go. No, I'm not. I said that. I've said that for years. But remember, I wasn't supposed to know you sold me, and now you're trying to deliver. I wasn't supposed to know you had an affidavit you wanted me to sign recanting my claims, and I do know. Right? I wasn't supposed to know that you wanted me pulled over, and I know. I've got a whole album on it. It's right here. Got a whole album on just being pulled over. You see that? Pull her over, pull her. That's how many times they've called in a pullover. This time they took my tail light out, see? Okay. And, this is not new news. This is old news, Mr. Perry. Yuck, like nobody knows us. Nobody will suspect a thing. And we're just, like, kind of at a loss as to who is this dumb. So this was last night. I did say, I told you so. And that somebody commented on that today, and he goes, she just said that they had shut her phone off, that they cloned her phone, drained the battery from 20 to nothing, and shut it off in a matter of seconds so that they could have her pulled over and she wouldn't have her insurance information available. Charles typed in my phone all damn day again today. The 3rd of February, 2024, we're going to give you a ticket. You're going to get a ticket. You're going to go be trafficked. We're going to make you. I'm going to make you go. So everybody know, 7:39, Cynthia Ortiz said, for the record, Charles Perry threatened me again with a ticket, this time not a warning. And another pullover. He's typing it in my phone he cloned. And he's going to make me go be trafficked. And he's going to get, and he's going to take, and he's going to, cause problems. In Oklahoma, where he doesn't live and wasn't invited. I came here to get away from him and have no further contact with him and have no conflict and no drama. And the guy causes major, major loss and problems for me every day. So, Mr. Perry, somebody was commenting on that. I can't believe she survived. This poor thing has been, for 10 years, they've tried to kill her more than once. They tried to kidnap her more than once. They've tried to starve her. They tried to make her destitute and homeless. They take all her money all the time. She could barely make ends meet. On, and I tried to get her fired. And she survived all of it for 10 years. And nobody really knows exactly how she's done that, except that she keeps talking about law enforcement from somewhere else is investigating them. And they're helping her get a lot of this stuff so she can kind of avoid their pitfalls. Otherwise, she'd probably been dead a long time ago. And they act like that they're not there, while they make a bunch of phone calls looking for them. And all I can say is I'm seeing it look to me like there's law enforcement there. or she wouldn't be here. Poor thing, 10 years. They just go at all these men. Go at her and go at her. Really, really bad guys. Go at her and go at her and go. Try to kill her. Try to kidnap her. Try to starve her. Try to make her destitute. Try to traffic her. Try to on and on and on. Always some major thing every day. In 10 years, she just does her thing. Let's just get the evidence. Let's just lock them up. However long it takes, we need to do this. And a lot of guys respect her, that she's willing to go through that for the cause of justice. These guys are really bad guys. So I can imagine this would be frustrating. So that's why she calls everybody local meter maids. The best you can do is pull me over, run my tag for a human trafficker. Really? This is not a good use of taxpayer funded resources, and you are obligated to be responsible in how you spend public money. You don't get to just blow through it helping a sex trafficker facilitate a delivery. Okay, just so you know, I just want y'all to know. Next guy that pulls me over, just know right up front, I'm telling you, there's consequences to this stuff. Okay, I'm not obligated to tell you what they are either. You do what you do, and we're gonna do what we do, and it's fine. Okay, everybody can live with their choices, right? Okay, so how much am I worth, David? Eating out of a dumpster, living under a bridge. I will not be trafficked, buddy. I will not be trafficked. Okay, I'm being as nice to you as I can. I don't care who you are. I get that you think you're God. I get that. We all do. You've made your point. Charles does too. Lucius, you do too. Y'all run Oklahoma law enforcement. We get that. We understand you've made your point. I will not go be trafficked. You're going to find out exactly how much I'm worth eating out of a dumpster, living under a bridge, because that's what you want. Okay? I'm willing to do it because I know they're about to put you in jail. I don't care. I don't care. I'm doing what you've not seen done before. And the more Charles and y'all all invade my privacy, and the more you contact me, and the more problems you cause for me, and the more trouble you make, the more we get. The more we get to put you in jail. That's it. That's the intent. That's the goal. And you're gone. And we're not bothered with you anymore. So you do what you do. You can live with it. And I'm going to do what I do. Because I'm doing things you've not seen before. Oklahoma law enforcement wouldn't do anything about it. Somebody else is helping me. And you know that. And they won't talk to you. And they won't call you back. They don't waste their time with people who are retarded. I'm sorry, you are. You're senile or whatever. He said, don't invade her privacy. Don't contact her or her family. And she better not be broke. Don't cause any problems. Because I'm going to make 20 for you for every one you cause for her. We're cops. That's what we do for bad guys. Okay? And every day we quote you and we got your people's names. After he said that, is when we got all this. Okay? After he said this was after March 2020 that we got all this. Or most of it. Your code words. Hansel and Gretel. Pin the tail on the donkey means false arrest. Little Red Riding Hood means get your family to trick you into being trafficked. Right, David? Papa John's means to make delivery. Yeah. Okay, well, we have this. Somebody gave us this. How do we get it? How do we get it? Who else heard it? Who else seen it? Who else heard your conversations where we got this information? These people's names and your code word. Who else heard that? Did you really think it was just me? It's not just me. Our guys aren't going to call you back. He said, if you can't understand these words right here, I will not repeat myself. I'm not doing it. I don't have time. I'm very busy running an intel up to keep Cyndi safe because she's in constant danger all the time. And I have to keep my witness safe so she can testify against them. And we know they don't want that. They're very dangerous criminals. But I have to do what I have to do. I don't have time to pick up the phone and repeat myself for Mr. Perry. He's mentally retarded. Legit. Diagnosed. I don't have the time. So I'm not going to take their calls. I'm not going to call them back. When they do what I told them, then I'll think about it. Meantime, I don't have time. I'm very, very, very busy. She's in a lot of danger, and I'm busy making sure we keep her alive. And that's all there is to it. So they're not getting a call back from me, this guy. You guys don't like it that she finds out before, and then she's like, well, I told you so. Okay, well, you're not getting it. People are sick of y'all. They don't like crime. You make everybody uncomfortable. So she always finds out before. You can't name any of my guys. Name one guy, quote one of their meetings. Yeah, nope. Because this right here, everybody's sick of you. I think that what the public wants is Chief Franklin to run TPD, not you, David. I think what the public wants is for Chief Berryhill to run Broken Arrow Police Department, not you, David. And Calvin, I forgot bald fat Calvin. He's the one that usually calls in the pullovers. And, whoever's supposed to be in charge of in Mays County or Rogers County or Tulsa County Sheriff's Departments or OHP or OSBI, whoever that the public voted for someone who then appointed the individuals who are running those police departments, or there's an election of some sort. That's who everybody chose to run the police departments, David, not you. You act like you are God. Lucius, you too. You run everything in Oklahoma. You've made your point. You've made your point. Okay? We get it. But that's not what everybody else wants. That's why we get to help, you get to hold on. So I knew I was going to get pulled over before. And then I'm texting my attorney. Yeah. I did say, remember I told you so. I did say this. They were going to do this. And now again, Charles has threatened me with another one and a ticket this time. We make you go. We get. You get to hold on. I know that. So, and there's always I haven't had any problems at work until the last 3 Fridays. None all this time. The last 3 Fridays, they're up on a delivery deadline, and they were talking about it last night. What are we going to do if she won't go? She's saying she won't go. What are we going to do? We've never had this happen before. And she does know before, and no one else did. Everybody else that we've kidnapped and trafficked didn't know that's what we were doing. She does. I don't know what the hell we're going to do. And Charles can't run for election. He can't hold. He's losing endorsements because he's a fucking human trafficker, and now he's exposed, and she did that. I'm Chief Hall's granddaughter. You bet I did it. I did it like nobody else you've met in your life, Charles. You're a fucking pussy coward. Thug. And you'll never be better than that. You never will. That's all you've ever been. You just hit it until you went senile, and you guys start making mistakes when you guys get old. You criminal types, you'll do a lot of this stuff and you'll get away with it, and you'll bribe and you'll bully and you'll threaten and you'll harass. David, threaten me to my face. Why don't you know exactly where I am? Why is it you threaten me behind my phone? Why don't you, since you think you run Oklahoma law enforcement and you want to kidnap me and you want to, I should have put a bullet in her head, and we heard you all that whole conversation. You ranted to rape. I heard you. We got that too. To my face. Come threaten me. To my face. You pussy coward. To my face. Alright? To my face. Are you trying to take over the club where I work by getting rid of the girls who aren't traffic victims? And so the only people in there working there are your traffic victims? Is that what you're trying to do? Without the owner knowing really that's what you're doing? Does he know really what you're up to? Should we tell him? Should we tell him, David? What I'd like you to do is fuck the hell off and leave everybody alone. I'm not going to be trafficked. And you want to find out how much I'm worth living under a bridge, eating on a dumpster, do what you do. You can live with your choices like everybody else. Okay? I mean, that's all there is to it. We did say, David. So the guy was like, to me, because he keeps doing exactly what she said, and she has got the McNamara emails, she's got the harassment emails, she's got the entrapment emails, that Judge Kirkendall is saying it looks like you're doing what you said in the harassment emails from 2017. And, if somebody's being threatened with death and false arrest and pullovers and starvation, they need a protective order. Maybe she ought to try again. Who do I report that to? In Oklahoma, who the fuck do you report that to? Because nobody somebody else is helping me. Somebody else is doing the job of Oklahoma law enforcement. They have for 10 years. McNamara email was 2015. He's going to false arrest me and then try to coerce. That's what the email says. And then he did it. Exactly that. And then the harassment email, he's doing it now. Right? Charles, aren't you doing exactly what we say? And then the Mike Neely thing, and now all these pullovers and all these car accidents. There's no way then you know what he goes, you know what that tells me? This says I'm gonna have her car towed and sold before she figures out it's not legal for me to do that. That was in 2019. That was in Manford. We got that in Manford. Who got that to me, Charles? David. Okay, so we have all this. What does this say? All he had to do is leave me the fuck alone. 2014. Take her taillight out and have her pulled over. So I changed it out, thankfully. I checked it. I knew to check it because those cops told me, Charles, the cops that won't talk to you, yeah, they talk to me every day. I got tired of being asked to pull her over. I sent the U.S. attorney a letter back in 2015. They're using law enforcement to commit crime. I mean, they just are. Let's call it like it is. You can't fix a problem if you won't talk about it. There's a hit. They split my engine in two. They threw a brick at me. Thank God it did hit me in the head. They just survived 10 years. They've tried to kill her more than once. How the hell is she still alive? Well, thankfully she has cops from somewhere else. All right, so we got that. Split my engine in two. It hit the asphalt and bounced up under my car and split the engine in two. That's what was reported to Mike Neely 6 days before he blew up his life. Tried to kill him too. And it's funny, me and Mike, we get poisoned and we don't die, so we get false arrested, right? You dismiss the cases on me. You did a fraudulent court case and got a wrongful conviction, and we all know that. Which you wouldn't have done that if you didn't kill Chief Miller. This powder that was in my trunk was all over the room. 3 doors down from me where David Roberson had all his employees there. Now, if you're accused of stalking, when you want to make sure your employees aren't anywhere near the accuser. If you were smart, you would. Okay, there's one hit. The guy missed. This was the last one that happened. Hit me right there. He went for the wheel and he missed. There's right at the wheel, right at the wheel, right at the. I think that one's all. This one, right at the wheel. There's the McNamara email. There's here's a. Let your life fade away. I can't promise this will end without death and destruction. We're gonna kill you dead, because you know the truth. We don't like the truth. There's the harassment email or the entrapment email. We got to get out of Tulsa and into Texas so we can do more harm to her. Then I get a call. This is Calvin, I think. We can't get her kicked out of her apartment because of the COVID moratorium. So let's try smoking. A few days later, remember we got it before, not after. Sure shit, that's exactly what the manager called about. Oh, what are the chances? We're giving you arsenic. Several of the girls that I work with that aren't traffic victims all of a sudden started getting sick at work, and I'm like, maybe we should get you to the hospital and ask them. Don't tell them. Don't give me just a tox panel. I need a full tox panel. I want to know what made me sick. And all of a sudden, no, don't go to the. Oh no, they don't need to go to the doctor. Just sit down and let this wear off. Oh my God! Guess who said that? The guy that works for Joe Chadwick. Joe Chadwick, David Roberson. You want me to name the people that are trafficking women in the state of Oklahoma? David Roberson, Joe Chadwick, and then his guy now is taking over the club, a different club, right? He's not there for the reasons he says, is he? I mean, you tell us. I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing him be there for Joe. He works for Joe still. Don't go to the hospital. Don't get tested. Kind of like when I was tested with I poisoned with arsenic, and I file a police report with Tulsa police, and I don't get a call back from Tulsa police until you whisked me to Texas to hold me hostage so I couldn't be tested. Nobody gave me a blood test ever to see if it was arsenic or not, or something else. You don't like people getting tested, right? Mike Neely got tested, but only after the Narcan, which altered his blood chemistry. So it's not going to come out the same as he had been tested before. You like altering evidence, you're going to get charged. If you do that to me, Charles, every time you alter evidence, you're going to get another charge. They'll add another charge. You have to file a police report if you want to get a protective order in Oklahoma. Now, who the fuck should I file it with? You can't trust TPD. They'll give them the police. They give the police report right to the offender. Pull you over 8, 9 times. Harassment by meter maid. Anybody, listen to me. Pretty much fucking anybody can pull somebody over, run a tag, and write a ticket. Anybody can do that. Can you fight human trafficking? Can you fight really, really, really bad guys or not? It looks to me like if they're running your police department and having you pull women over who are victims of domestic violence and human trafficking, it looks to me like you can't do much more than do that. Write a ticket. I mean, I'd like to see it. Would like to see it. I gotta have help from somewhere else. Why is that? So who the fuck am I supposed to file a police report with? Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure that out later. I mean, so many things of before, not after, before, not after. We said it before, not after. On and on and on and on. I mean, I could go on for days. I mean, this is a repeat. We've already talked about all this. So I don't know who you think you're full. Part of the reason, I'm going to tell you this, part of the reason we've been very, very successful at getting information no one else has and you don't know how we do that is because you live on a planet of your own. Yeah, all of you do. Completely detached from all reality. Y'all sit there and you tell yourselves all kinds of weird bullshit there's no basis of fact in it. None. And we're just like, oh my, fucking delusional seniles. This is so easy, it is not even fair. So, but a lot of people respect me for continuing, like I said, I've said this before, continuing to move forward with a good attitude while you put me through hell. And just, how the fuck is she still alive? She'd have to have help from somewhere. Law enforcement help. There's no way they've tried to kidnap her, they've tried to kill her, they've tried to make her starve to death. Now she can't go to the gym without it. There's a threat at the gym. Talking about it today. And if we're going to have another guy pull you over and write you a ticket. Okay, that's the third time I've said that today, Mr. Perry. You typing it in my phone. See, there's police recordings, but then a lot of times Mr. Perry just types it in my phone. He just tells on himself. And, but here's what the public wants. The public wants crime gone. The public wants Chief Franklin around TPD, not thugs, not David Roberson. The public wants Mike Neely home with his family. He didn't do it. And the real offenders behind bars, so that more people aren't hurt. People aren't hurt. That's what the public wants. And I mean, look at this here. What does that say? You get the kind of criminal you deserve, and you get the kind of law enforcement you insist on. That was Bobby Kennedy. My granddad said, police are to relieve suffering caused by crime. That's your calling. That's your job. That's what you do. And if you become part of the suffering, you don't need to be a cop anymore. You need to find something else to do. And I'm sorry that Oklahoma law enforcement had to have somebody else come in and do their job for them. And that has kept me alive for 10 years. I'm dealing with really, really, really bad criminals. Criminals who have killed cops. Possibly judges. And have tried to kill me. And I'm going to think it's cute and impressive when you pull me over and write a ticket. Why would you think that? I was raised by 3 generations of police. I very nearly have a degree in criminal justice. Believe me, I know what I'm doing. I'm very, very, very good at what I'm doing. Or you guys wouldn't be having, running around. We've never had one figure out we had cameras in their house, or that we were causing their problems, or invoices, or sue us, or solve a murder we committed to cover all that up. Now what do? We're not going to make delivery on this. What are we going to do? Can we kidnap her? Can we kill her? What are we going to do? Charles can't run for governor because everybody's starting to find out what he really is. And she won't lie for him. How we make her lie for him? And we're just like, well, we're not meter maids. I'm not a cop, but I'm something. And what that title is, you don't need to know. Sometimes it changes, by the way. Depending on what we need to do, what the goal is that day, or what the objectives are that day, and who all I'm going to be interacting with, my title might change. And guess what? We do not have to explain that to you. We don't have to explain anything to you. And you're not victims. And you are hated. And you are told on because you're hated. And we are getting the help. And we do find out before. And most victims don't know they're trafficked into who and where the guy lives and the guy's name. And about affidavits, lies you want signed. You want to bully me into, make her sign a lie. Make her become a part of our crime. And Charles types it in my phone 20 times a day. I'm going to make you do this. I'm going to make you go. And I'm like, type that in one more time. We can, however many we need to show of this. The guys want to show in court. They're in my phone too, by the way. So however many you would like to give us to show in your criminal trial, go have at it. Type away. Do what you do. I'm sure you can live with your choices. Certain you can live with your choices. And we're going to do what we do. Okay? We're doing what you've not seen before. And if you want to call back from our guys, you better do what he said. Because he's not going to repeat himself for you. He doesn't care what your diagnosis is. He doesn't care who. I own Oklahoma and I run the state Oklahoma law enforcement and I run this state. No, they don't care They don't care about that. We get the intel. We do what we do. They're going to use it to put you in jail. And the more you do to me, the more we get. And the easier it'll be to get a conviction, won't it? I would think so. So, I mean, y'all are just, like I said, it's so easy. It's not even fair, Mr. Perry. When you type in my phone, I'm going to make you go, and I'm going to this, and I'm going to that, and bully, and start threatening, and trying to intimidate, and try to harass. First of all, that's a crime to be in my phone, clone my phone. You don't have my consent for that. You don't have my consent to peep. You don't have consent to call, people at my work and make her look like a thief. All that stuff. No problems, and all of a sudden, the last 3 Fridays, there's a problem. Nobody will suspect a thing. So, my guys are going to charge you for that. You cause a problem for me, it's going to cause 20 for you. That's all there is to it. We're repeating the same thing we say all the time. And guess what? We don't actually owe you an explanation at all, do we? No, we don't. We don't. No one does. You're the criminal. You're breaking the law. You're getting told on because people are sick of it. Now, you either get that or you don't. Whether you understand those words or not, it's not our problem. We're going to get the intel either way and do what we do. Stuff you've not seen before. We got all this information, and no one gave a shit whether or not you understood what it meant that we have it. No one cares. You weren't asked. Were you? Nope. Okay, so there's that again. I don't really want to deal with this much more today, but I mean, here's my other pullover that we've been talking about for 2-3 weeks now. And this guy, I'm like, you were sitting there waiting for me. No, I just got here. After all the patrons have left, this place has been closed for an hour now, and I'm staying late to clean. Now you want to just get here to patrol what? What are you patrolling? See, right now there's nothing to patrol, sir. Everybody's left an hour ago. You are here to patrol me. Because David Roberson and Calvin and Charles Perry called you and told you to. Right? And since you gave me only a warning and not a ticket, now today they're threatening me with a ticket and another pullover. And people are like, this is outrageous. She's getting pulled over almost once a month. That is outrageous. That's not what police are for. This is taxpayer-funded resources. He's abusing his power. He's a thug. He thinks he runs Oklahoma law enforcement. But he's why are you from Texas running Oklahoma law enforcement with David Roberson? Why is everybody scared of David Roberson? In case you missed it, for 10 years, I've not been. He pisses me off. He pisses me off a lot, but I'm not scared of him. He's too scared to come threaten me to my face. Why would I be scared of him? Yeah, I think he's a pussy, and I think he's a coward. Tough guys pick on tough guys, David. Not women, not girls. And not only are you picking on me, but you have to have your friends help you. You're that weak, and you're that pathetic, you and Charles. And so, when we say, I did say, we've been talking about this, and this is a specific harm, a specific injury, a specific threat, right? The information we're getting is detailed and specific. These aren't just, vague, he's going to do something to me. No. These are very, very specific things that you're going to do to cause a specific loss, and the intent is to coerce cooperation in human trafficking right? It's either true or it's not. Is it true, Charles, or not? Is it true, Charles, David, or not? You're going into court denying these allegations. Do it again with a straight face. One more time, deny what we're saying is true. One more time, do it, please. Do it 20 more times, please. Okay? Now, I'm done. I'm going to tell you something. We don't have to explain shit to you. We don't have to show you. We did have this before. Because there's a criminal case building somewhere else, and you'll have to deal with that then. And a whole lot more than I have. A whole lot more than I have. And whether you understand the words or not, they're going to do their job. And you're going to go to jail. Because your crimes are heinous. And offensive to other people. And we're getting the help because everybody's very sick of you. Very sick of you. So you do what you do, and we're going to do what we do. Okay? No, Mr. Perry, I have not ever asked you what you think. Do you see me go down to the mental hospital, the nut house, and ask those people what they think? No, I don't care. So why would you think I'd care what you think? Please remember how we found out you got Huntington's disease. I'm sick and tired of Mr. Perry torturing Cyndi and tormenting her and trying to ruin her. And while doing that, running around and saying that's his girlfriend. Yeah, I don't think so. So make sure she finds out he's got Huntington's disease, okay? Because he doesn't want her to know. Make sure she finds out. Okay, so that's how we found out. It's not Tourette's, it's Huntington's. And it makes you cuckoo. You got a mental illness. A diagnosed mental illness. We didn't find out because we tried to diagnose you like you do. We don't play doctor. You got a diagnosis from a doctor, and you told people, here's what my doctor said. And that got to us. Because you pissed people off with your cruelty. You do every day. You're creepy. You're a weirdo. And your crimes are heinous. Heinous crimes. Heinous crimes. But because you guys did this, David, now I'm telling you, people aren't stupid like you wish they were. You got more than one person going, if they did this, after she talked about it like nonstop for 2 weeks in these podcasts, and there's a bunch of Facebook posts about it, and then there in the McNamara email was true, harassment email was true, entrapment email was true, the Kirkendall entrapment email, Mike was drugged, and now you got this, she's pulled over again, and that's all she's talking about for 2. He wants to take her car, he's trying to traffic her and all this stuff. That's either true or it's not. It's good intel or it's bad intel. I'm going to tell you right now, because again, it looks 8 times really in a year. There is such a compound in Houston. There are kidnapped victims there being held hostage, and they have children who are being raped, and Natalee Holloway is likely at that compound. What they did in my head is make her a whole lot more credible. She did tell us. She did say, I told you so. So, it looks to me like she's dead on the money. Why are they going at her like that if she's not dead on the money? They're not going to waste time on it. They're not going to waste time unless they think they're going to get something out of it. They think they're going to kill her. They think they're going to ruin her credibility. They think they're going to tuck her away in a dungeon so she can't talk anymore. But the thing is, she's been talking for 10 years. What do you get, shit. You're just proving that she's telling the truth. And you're doing exactly what she says. You are the thugs that she says you are. And you have taken over TPD. And Chief Franklin is not running it. And guess what? Everybody wants him to run it, not you. David, you were not elected to sheriff. Walton was. I'm sorry, but I don't know some of the sheriff's names. But you were not elected to any sheriff department. If you want to be sheriff, get your ass down there and sign up like everybody else, David. And you want to be the chief of police, then you need to jump through the hoops that the other chiefs do. Okay? This thing where you think you're we're just like, oh my God, wow. I don't even have words for this. I really don't. I don't even know what to say to that. But if you're the next guy to pull me over, keep in mind, here's what she's done with her life for the last 10 years and the shit she's gone through. for the cause of justice and for other victims. And so, and for another cop who is sitting in jail right now that shouldn't be, another police officer who was murdered, and his kids don't. What if it was your kids? What if I'm fighting for you like I'm fighting for Mike Neely and his kid and the Miller kids? Because I don't know them. I barely knew either one of them. That's just kind of who I am and what I do. I wanted to be like my granddad. Let me say it one more time so y'all get it. I wanted to be just like my granddad. Period. That's it. That's my goal. If I died right now, I'd die happy, because I've been living my life like my granddad would be so proud. He would be so proud. You're doing what no one else has done, Cyn. You're doing what no one else has done, Cyn. And I'm sorry you've taken the heat for it, but I promise you that my admiration for you is tremendous, that you've been willing to sacrifice like that. And he's not the only one. I work on a team of people that admire me greatly for being the front man for this, because that's exactly what I am. I'm the front girl. Front man is the... So when you put martyrdom on someone, I mean, hey, you ask for the martyrdom. You're making me a martyr. I never really wanted that. That's not really what I wanted. But if you're a cop that pulls me over, you need to understand that my perception of you is not going to be great. I don't think you're great because you pulled me over and ran my tags. I don't. I'm fighting some serious crime and very dangerous people. So I'm not going to be impressed with your pullover. It's going to irritate me. It's going to irritate the hell out of me. Because I come from a whole family of police, and I have 40 of them helping me right now that aren't from here. So I'm not going to be impressed with your little meter maid act. I'm not at all. And I'm gonna be like, I fucking don't have any patience for this bullshit. I don't. I'm gonna comply with what you tell me to do, because you need to, but you need to understand what's going through my head is not what you want to be going through my head. What's going through my head is you are diminishing the honor that's in your badge. You are. You're meter maid, and I'm dealing with hardcore, mean-ass criminals, and you're coming at me with your meter maid shit? Really? Do you like harassing women for human traffickers and participating in the crime of domestic violence because they told you to pull me over, so you did? And they told you where I'd be and when I'd be there? I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. And that's what's going to be going through my head anytime I get pulled over. Okay? Because we all know that 8 times in 12 months is I've not been pulled over that much in my entire life put together. So, for them to mistreat the badge and the honor that's meant to be in that badge, it's not something I understand. I really don't. Not from where I come from. Okay, so anybody can look at this and get the code of ethics for law enforcement officers. Pulling victims of domestic violence over to harass for, or facilitate human trafficking or try to intimidate or whatever, this is not part of that. And it's not even kind of part of that. These are the code of ethics right here. That is what you're supposed to do as a law enforcement officer. Protect and serve. Keep people safe. Tell victims you're safe now. We slayed your dragon. He will not hurt you anymore. And you make the hurt go away. And you lock the bad guy up so they can't hurt the next guy. Or the next guy after that. Or the next guy after that. And so why would I have to have... if I need to get a protective order, I got to file a police report with fucking who? Who the hell do I file it with? Should I file it with the guys helping me? I can't, because then that would say who they are, which they don't want right now. But let's say I could. Out of state, and then take it in judge. I'm sorry, but I can't trust anybody in Oklahoma law enforcement to do their job effectively. So I had to file a police report with somebody in, XYZ place, because they are doing it. I'm still alive because they are doing it. If they weren't doing it, I wouldn't be alive. They told me they wanted to kill me with a syringe. They've told me they wanted to Tim wanted to kidnap me and turn off his transponder so nobody would know where they kidnapped me to. Mr. Perry, every time you contact me, make sure that you can live with the choice. Because I don't give a shit what you think or how you feel, and I'll never help you. And I'm repeating again. I'm repeating myself yet again. I understand you got a mental problem. I don't care. Stop bothering me with it. Stop bothering me with it. So, can you name our guys' names? No, you can't. Can you quote one of their meetings? No, you can't. We quote you guys every day, and you act like you think it's the other way around. David, you're not all there either, man. You're not all there either. You're just as fucking senile as Charles, and it's embarrassing for you. It's very embarrassing for you. You can't keep up with a guy that's got a mental illness, really? You both all sit in your meetings and have a conversation where everybody else is like, it feels like we're in a insane asylum. And she did just say, she just talked about it. She already knows. And she's not going to do what they want. We're at a loss. We're fucking at a loss. I want Chief Franklin to run TPD, and I want you to quit calling and telling them what to do. Commit a crime for me. I want you to stop doing that. I want you to stop doing it all by yourself like a big boy. And if you want to threaten me, do it to my face. Have the balls, David, to threaten me to my fucking face. We've also heard you guys. Who do we get to tell her she has to go? I do not have to go. You are breaking the law. You are getting told on. Okay? I don't have to do shit. You're going to find out what it's like, how much I'm worth if I'm living under a bridge. If that's what it comes to. That's my choice. I choose that. Because I know it won't be too much longer and you'll be in jail. And I won't be living under a bridge that long. If that helps get you to jail faster, you notice the more cruel you get, the more intel we get. You do what you do. You can live with your choices, right? Alright, we have this whole fucking blog here. This was about pulling me over. We just said it, did we not? Just said it. Meter maid. Pull her over. Meter maid. Do it anyway. She knows. Do it anyway. Oh my God. So now the guy's like, if they continue to do this exactly what she said, then there is a compound in Houston where women are being held hostage and kids are getting raped, and Natalee Holloway might be one of them. So she's telling the truth. Yeah. Okay. Again with the senility. And here's the disclaimer. But for Mr. Perry and David Roberson doing all that to me, we wouldn't have to do a podcast all the time. These right here, look, I got the code of ethics right there. TPD. There's the, this is what cops are supposed to do when they get a stalking report. TPD. You guys have never done anything like this. Nothing like this right here. Subpar performance all over the place. And we're just like, wow. Wow. And everybody wonders why people want the police gone, defunded. TPD's okay. Pulling over a woman who's a victim of domestic violence 8 times in 12 months. Maybe that's why. This is you cloned her phone, the use of technology, hacking phones, cloning phones of victims. And I guess, I don't know who it was, but maybe one of those chiefs or sheriffs said, hang on a second. One of those guys said, it's always just going to be another Charles Perry and David Roberson stalking escalation, just like our doctor said. He can't get attention. He got rejected, and now he got butthurt, and he's acting like a 2-year-old little bitch about it. That's all it is. It's always going to be that. Because that's what her doctor said. Our doctor who saw her for a year and a half. It's just a stalking escalation. He can't get attention any other way. He's that pathetic. She's also talking about people with mental disabilities. And so, acting like a 2-year-old instead of being dignified and having some class. And can keep up with everybody else socially, mentally, emotionally. Because we all get rejected, we all say next, and we move on. And you're pathetic, and you're a reject, and you are a fail. You're a failure. And you don't have any dignity, and you don't have any class. And if you're tough, you pick on tough men. You don't pick on a girl, and then you're so weak, you have to have your buddies help you. I made it clear, if I go out with a man, he treats me right. He defends my honor. He doesn't smear me. He makes sure I don't miss a meal. He's busy working and not sitting around on his fat, lazy ass perverting around all day. He doesn't make trouble. He helps people in trouble. And you're not that guy. And it will never be you. You're a job, and I've caught your crime like no one else has in your life. No one has done what we've done. No one. None of you know anyone that has done what we've done. And we're not TPD, and we're not Oklahoma law enforcement. And I'm not a cop, but I'm part of that team. So my title changes, I'll tell you that. When and how and when, not your business, and we don't owe you an explanation. When you go to jail and they have a criminal trial, you're going to get all that shit then. Okay? Then you're entitled to it. Right now, you're not. So there's the disclaimer. And here's the rest of the normal people in the world. Remember, 99.9% of the population is not a violent offender, even if they were abused as kids. Only 0.1% of the population is a violent offender. You just can't keep up with the rest of us. The majority, you're way outnumbered. Way outnumbered. We get the help, you get told on. Because everyone else is like this.
Continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
So one of the cops, it's been several years ago, was talking to his 12-year-old little girl, and he said, what would you think about a grown man who hit on a woman and she didn't like him, and she rejected him, and he's just doing all badgering her and trying to beat her down and trying to take everything she has and trying to, do a bunch of mean things to her. And she said, sounds sissified to me. 12-year-old little girl called you a sissy. That's how most people see you. The crime is a crime because your conduct is offensive. It's not offensive because it's a crime. It's the other way around. But again, whether you understand the words we say or not, no one cares. No one fucking cares. We're going to get the intel either way. Okay? We don't need your permission. When we find out before, it's never up to you. Not one time has it been up to you. They got the Fabian puzzle to me in jail. Not up to you. We quote you every day. Not up to you. So maybe that's because your conduct is offensive, and that's why it's a crime, and that's why people don't like you. And everybody wants Chief Franklin on TPD, not you, David. Piece of shit. So here's this. Or Charles. Your crime is heinous. Your crime isn't just bad. It's heinous. Next guy that pulls me over, I'm dealing with heinous crime. And you're meter maid. So forgive me if I'm short, not, just, you nice policeman. Oh, you really nice policeman. I'm so sorry. Yeah, not going to happen. I'm going to be irritated at best.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them, especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage.
I don't care what you think, Charles. I didn't ask you, Connie. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't go to the fruitcake farm and ask those people what they think, and I don't care what you think. And you continue to try to talk to me like you think I do. You continue to try to ask me for help like you think I want to help you. And you are just a delusional wackadoo. I mean, the delusion is squirting out your ears, hitting us all in the eye, and it's nasty. Please stop. Please control yourself.
Person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public, it doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her, and you need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
Stepdad's been raping you since
Leave
you were
me
12 years old?
alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. It doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Okay, so we all, 99.9% of us want to live in a civilized society where the 0.1% who can't keep up are locked up if they're hurting people. Just like that. That's the way it is. We get the help, you get told on. Everyone, I promise you, we're getting more and more help the more cruel you get. Everybody's sick of you. Everybody's so sick of you, David. So sick of you. You're not getting that, and you really need to. There's a cause and effect, same and different before and after here, and I'm done explaining that. I don't have to. It's not my problem. We're going to get the intel, whether you understand all that or not. Okay? Whether you need to be in a nursing home or not our problem. We're going to get the intel. They're going to use it to put you in jail and get a conviction, and that's it. That's all there is to it. And the more you do and the more cruel you get, the more, I don't know who Bittencourt is. Never met the guy that I know of. I don't know who Sanjay is. Never met the guy that I know of. So how do you know them? What about Calvin? Never met him that I know of. So name one of our guys. Oh, yeah, you cannot. What, one of their meetings? Oh, yeah, you can't. So either you get that, people are sick of you, or you don't. We don't care what you get. We're going to get the intel, and we're going to use it against you in a court of law. And we've said that. And that's your choice. You can live with your choices.
Leave me alone.
Stepdad's been raping you since
Leave
you were
me
12 years
alone.
old?
Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes and I'll leave you alone.
Oh my God.
See, this is how people end up on Lifetime. This is how people get hurt and stabbed, and then you want to say that the woman is crazy because she was the one walking down the street in whatever clothes that she was wearing. If a woman tells you to leave her alone and they're constantly walking away from you, that is your cue to back the hell up, turn around, and talk it up. She does not want to deal with you. And no, she does not have to give you an explanation. And no, she does not even have to give you 5 seconds of anybody's damn time because you cannot control your primal feelings from your testosterone running through your veins till you see something pretty that you think you're supposed to have. Leave her alone.